Hey guys, welcome back to In-House Vapors, where we take you inside the shop to show you what vaping's all about. For those of you just tuning in, I'm Rob.
And I'm Bobby, and with us today we have Storm Vaping Lounge, Tom, and Dan.
Hi.
Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Why don't you just kind of explain, describe your shop a little bit for us.
Well, we are a two-part shop. We are retail vapor products up front with a full-service Hookah Lounge in the back. We opened a year ago, the end of this month, and I think that's it.
Okay,
Kind of fresh.
on that at this point, what got you into vaping and why did you decide to open a shop?
Well, that's actually a long story. In 2008, my brother went into the hospital with blood clots in his lungs, and the doctor told him, now he's 10 months younger than me, and the doctor told him, he said, you need to quit smoking. So I hopped online and I found whatever was available, and I bought my first vape pen, and it was a DS801, and it kind of just grew from there. I spent 3 years selling products out of the back of my car, and one day I decided I think it's time to open a store and bring it to the public.
And I started through a friend at work, and I just kind of started off from there and quit smoking from it, and got into a new hobby and obsession, and then I met Dan right around when he was just starting to open, and kind of got into business with him, and then started making juice and kind of rolled from there.
All right, cool. Could you guys tell us about some of the product that you carry in your shop, like mods, starter kits, whatever you can think of?
Basically, we hold everything
Let's
from starter.
let's pan over a little bit.
So it goes anywhere from just your basic starter kits with your EVODs, and then we'll go on up to the E-Leaf iStick 30 watts, the MVP 20 watts.
Sub-ohm, RDA, mechanicals, full line.
Basically anything that you need to start and progress up.
Okay. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to us now. All right.
All right, guys, in your words, how would you describe vaping?
An obsession.
It's
Something that once you lose sight of quitting smoking, it's an obsession.
Yep.
It's
For sure.
dollar for dollar the most expensive hobby I have.
It's getting there.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah, it's definitely getting there.
Pleasurable, satisfying. There's too many words to describe it.
Just
Very true.
what I really like about vaping is the community. The vaping community itself it's huge. You meet so many new people, and you get to teach people, and you get taught yourself. There's a lot of opinions based in vaping, so it's a big open book, and between just teaching and learning and yeah.
Throwing it out there, guys, seeing how we're talking about the community, actually, Rob and Tom are two of the ones that actually got me into vaping at this point. I started off with a cheap pen, and then I actually stepped up to my DNA 30, Tom's advice, and then they ended up getting the EMEC in, and I grabbed that, and now I just picked up their new Tesla they just picked up.
So, I mean, what would you guys recommend to a person who's looking to start vaping?
I guess that would be more for the situation. Nowadays, a lot of people get into vaping not necessarily to quit smoking, more just for the hobby aspect or because their friends are doing it or whatever the case may be. So it would actually be person to person by experience, I guess you could say. For a person quitting smoking, I would actually start them out probably on a variable wattage piece, maybe like the E-Leaf stick and a mini novelist, something like that. Something that's actually going to give you what's going to satisfy you, not necessarily jump right into a pen style. The pen styles are handy for kind of just out and about doing things, something that you can be a little careless with, not necessarily something that you're going to want to use daily, something that's going to give you the oomph and the power you need.
Okay, now you guys have been vaping for a while, obviously. In your time of vaping, what would you consider your favorite mod?
Oh, jeez.
All of them.
Tough decision.
No, go ahead.
If you had to narrow it down to like one,
maybe
maybe two different
the
kinds.
the IPV all the way. Let's see. I started out with an EVOD, like 5 EVOD batteries, and then stepped up to an Anokin SVD, and I had 2 of those, and then mech mods. But that kind of brings me to another point, because like the whole mech mod was a big learning experience because you're using a metal tube, a battery, and an RDA or some sort of tank. So you kind of I had to learn all my battery safety, all my stuff, so I didn't get hurt. And then now that the box mods have come out, they're just, I mean, it's kind of the safety and everything all in one. So, but for my mod of choice, I definitely have to go with the IPV. Definitely have to go with it.
I second that.
Yes.
It's a great piece.
It looks it. Why don't you guys just kind of explain the IPv3 a little bit?
Well, you can go, let's see. The best part is that they start off, when they started off with the IPv3, they had an IPv2, they had a 2S, and then they had a 3. And the 3 was revised. The 3, you start off at 150 watts, that's where your max is. You can go down to a 0.1 ohm coil, so it's good for the rebuilders, and you can basically build whatever you want and put it on, and you're done. Then they have an upgrade where we just did the upgrade, so you get to 165 watts and you can go down to a 0.08. So they just keep upgrading stuff, and you plug it into your computer and you update it and you're all set. Oh, wow. So it's basically whatever new comes out, the IPV comes out with the same thing. So you're not buying 5 devices to try and catch up to what's coming out. You just upgrade your device to what's coming out.
Yeah, I refer to it as the last piece you'll ever buy.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right, guys. What exactly is cloud chasing, and what type of product would you recommend to a person looking to cloud chase?
Well,
I don't cloud chase.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Never. You wouldn't do such a thing, would you, Tom?
Never.
Oh. I can understand
And the
why.
camera disappears.
I can understand why. No.
Um,
And I'm gone. Oh,
you know,
hey, I'm back.
The whole cloud chasing, like, I can remember when the cloud chasing came out, and it was like
Oh, it was feeble.
the videos on YouTube of guys blowing just massive clouds out. And it was, for me, it was like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, you can get that out of one of these things. So, another learning curve, you're learning about how, what resistance, I knew nothing about any of this when I started, and now I'm rebuilding my own coils. It's fun. You have the naysayers that, oh, it's cloud chasing, or it's following mainstream or something like that. But it's fun.
It's ridiculously satisfying. I started out, back when I started doing this, it was 52 milligram or plus nicotine. That's all you could buy. And I haven't smoked in years, but I get more satisfaction, I think, out of dripping zero than I do tanking 6.
For sure.
It's incredibly satisfying.
I started at 36 milligrams of nicotine, dropped down to 18 to 12, and then I sat steady at 6, and now I'm at 0. 0 or 3 milligrams.
The worst part about it, and me and you have discussed this before, is clouds just don't look as big as they used to when we started.
No.
When they say cloud chasing, it literally is you're chasing the next biggest thing you can do. Now, I've tried a .08 at 165 watts on this, and it does nothing but burn your lungs. So it's incredible trying to get the next big thing. It's fun. It's a blast.
It is fun. I enjoy it.
I mean, I saw videos of people cloud chasing, those giant clouds, but what I never could understand is how could they get that much vapor in their lungs?
Oh, you got to work up to it. You really do.
Yes, you do.
It's practice and more practice and more practice. Now, when I started, Tom actually got me into dripping. I didn't just, bam, one day I'm like, I'm going to start doing this. I absolutely loathe rebuilding anything. And Tom started doing it. I started taking little hits and coughing like crazy on his stuff. And then next thing you know, I'm running the same coil he's running, dripping the same juice he's dripping. He converted me. He turned me into a custard dripping fool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Oh, wow. Could you tell us about some of the brands of juice that you guys carry?
Yeah, we carry. Let me grab a couple for you.
As I disappeared.
Let me grab a couple for you.
Yeah, these guys, they claim they're not cloud chasers.
No, wouldn't do such a thing. We carry 5 Pawns, which I'm sure everybody's heard of, and we also carry Invader Vapor, another great line. 5 Pawns comes out of California. They run a 50-50 mix. They currently have 11 flavors. They have a Signature Series, a Mixology Series, and Black Flag Fallen, I believe is the name of it, which is a coffee blend. Invader Vapor carries 5 flavors, and they are a range mix, so there's no set PG-VG ratio, although they have recently upped their VG content, which makes it great for us non-cloud chasers. Great stuff. We also have an in-house line that we're working on. Most of our juices, though, actually come from our custom bar. You come in, you get to pick an extract off the wall. It's not your standard, backroom mixing thing. We mix it right in front of you using the extracts that we actually use and bring up the PG and VG levels to whatever you choose. So it's very one-off. Each flavor is very unique. You can pick your extracts. You can name your flavor. That's actually what I've been vaping on nonstop, is the custom stuff. I really like all the flavors that we carry for 5 Pawns and Invader, but I'm just hung up on didgeridoos. Big time.
It's definitely good. And that's another thing. Like, dude, there's so much to vaping. Like, it's opened so many doors for me. Between rebuilding and now making juice. The whole juice started off.
That's a great story, actually.
Dan, when he first opened, his big thing was you can mix your own juice. Like, he'll have his own. You have a display on the wall where you pay for the bottle, and then you go mix your own juice. Well, he had the extracts, he had all the nicotine, he had everything here. It was in the cupboards, And I said, I'm going to try and mix something up. So I made a cinnamon bun. And it was just a plain Jane cinnamon bun. It was a cinnamon bun, extract, PGVG, nicotine. We're done.
Sitting right here,
Yep.
actually.
That's the first ones.
That actually is one of the original bottles
Yep.
of the original flavor that's been steeping for about a year.
And it still tastes delicious.
Yes, it really does. I actually have it in my Atlantis right
Phenomenal
now.
one.
And it honestly, it was selling like, I would make a bottle of it, and somebody would come in and say, I don't do gourmets, I don't do bakeries. No, just try it. And then they try it and they say, wow, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
So then it kind of progressed from there, and then, I bought some extracts, we started making a few flavors, and then we started getting more into it, and now it's to the point where we're just like a full-blown, we have our own line called Didger Juice, which next week we'll be starting on our shop line, which will just be, I think we got like 32 flavors we're going to put up on the rack.
Will be full of flavors.
There'll be a whole bunch of blue Storm caps. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be the nice thing is there's really, as people will tell you wherever you go, that they don't use this person, or I don't use this extract. Everybody uses the same extracts. There's 5 to 7 companies out there that have extracts. It's just how you mix those extracts. We use almost all of them, and we mix, and they're all every recipe that we have is all custom made. We sit down, we say, hey, we want to make this one, and we'll make 5 to 6 beta flavors, try them out, and then we get back to like Heavenly.
Yes.
Heavenly
Oh my
is
God.
Heavenly. Heavenly
So
is
good.
exactly how it
good.
sounds. It is heavenly. If you guys come in here, I highly recommend you grab a bottle, maybe 10 bottles of this, because it's worth it. And I would recommend, even if you're a strong smoker, I'd recommend 3 milligrams at most, maybe 6, so you can get more of the flavor than anything. But yeah, definitely grab some of this stuff.
Heavenly is it's like a sweet butterscotch with a strawberry to it. It's really good. It's a really good flavor. The custard, we just came out with a custard. It's called Catastrophic Custard.
So good.
And that one is, you get the vanilla, but you also get a real nice kind of, it's a mellow, nutty flavor. And then I'm gonna put one more flavor into it, and I think it'll top it off. It's really good now, but I think that the last flavor it'll really kind of top it off. So
You guys are going to have to come in and try it out to find out what that last flavor is.
yes, you will.
Yeah, so speaking of your juices, the didgeridoo, I've tried multiple different flavors, and I've loved every single one of them. Actually, we did an interview with Fine Vapor out in Salamanca, and they said that a couple of vapors from out here, some of your guys' customers, grabbed some of your guys' juice, took it out there, they tried it, and they were very fond of it. They said you guys did a really good job on your juice.
It's really good to hear that there's other shops, because shops need to work together, because there's tons of them everywhere, but the more that people work together, the better the whole vaping community will be. So to hear that our juice is going to other places and people are liking it, and we want all feedback, whether it's negative, positive, neutral, doesn't matter. I want everything. And that's just what will make it better. So.
Okay, guys. Are there juices out there that are specifically used for cloud chasing at this point?
Yes.
Heavenly and Catastrophic Custard.
All right.
No.
Give us a little bit of an explanation on what you would use for cloud chasing on juice.
So basically, a lot of companies you'll see, 100% VG, you'll see 70-30, you'll see 60-40, 80, 80-20. It all ranges. Our juice isn't Our custom-made lines are just custom-made juices. I try to keep them at a 50-50, so that way you can still put it in a tank and it doesn't clog your tank, and you can still drip it if you'd like to drip it. If you're cloud chasing or you're dripping, and you don't have to cloud chase all day. You can just drip and get a way different flavor than you get out of just a clear miser. So in that case, you would do a heavy VG. Most of your extracts are PG based, so you're not going to have a full 100% PG. So they're right around 90-10 or so. So I mean, heavy VG, if you go with pure vegetable glycerin, then
Which
you're
is
going to
actually
get
pretty good.
you're
Believe it or not,
going to
it
get
is quite
insane clouds, and you will tell a huge difference going from a flavored to just a VG, just a pure VG. So, to answer your question, a heavy VG juice is what you want for cloud chasing.
Well, I mean, I know you guys already answered this earlier on in the interview, but would you guys consider yourselves cloud chasers? Honestly, no, not at all, right?
Not at all. Yeah, no, I'm definitely a cloud chaser. I love cloud chasing. I like to. I mean, we have our camera screen up here, and after I get done building the coil, you'll see me watching myself blowing a cloud. I'm like, guys, that's not big, right? Is that big? Is that big? Like, you guys, you and Ann both just filled the entire retail section of the shop.
And neither one of us is
In like
satisfied.
5 minutes, we're like, wait a second. That wasn't big.
No, we can do
That
better.
wasn't big. Let's do better.
we
Let's
can do
tear it
better.
apart and rebuild it. But that's the fun out of it, you know. That's what's fun about it. You come in at 5 o'clock and you leave. You're like, oh shoot, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, and you built like 10 coils, and you're still at the same spot that you were in the beginning. So
Yeah, that's why
yes.
they call it chasing.
Right, right.
All right, guys.
I,
Well, they consider themselves cloud chasers, so just for the viewers, why don't we have them give us a little little competition, and you as a viewer can actually comment and let us know who won.
So we got to crank it out.
All right, guys. While they're doing this, me and Rob, we want to consider ourselves cloud chasers. We're still working on it by far.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
these
getting them
guys,
set up.
these guys will put us to shame when it comes to cloud chasing.
You made it, man.
You guys want to step right out there? Or? All right.
Back to back.
Why don't we do?
Let's
One
do
on
one
one.
first, and then
One
we'll do
first.
one
You
go
wanna
second.
do-
We'll have Dan first. We'll have Dan first. I know.
Oh, look at those lungs. Oh, that was weak.
That was weak.
extremely
Wow. I'm pretty sure the small guy beat you. Well, there you have it, guys.
I mean, yeah, you as the viewers, you can still comment on it, subscribe, like us on Facebook. Just let us know who won, and let us know what you think of the videos.
And I would like to give a shout out to N3 in Wellsville. Those guys are awesome. Jeff Berry at Jeff at Fresh Vapes. Jason Watson opening a new shop in St. Mary's.
Fine Vapor.
Fine Vapor. Awesome. Thanks for a shout out in the previous video. And we're going to stop out and see JSS out in Cuba here this coming week. So hopefully them guys get a chance to see it too.
If any of you guys that Dan just gave a shout out to, if any of y'all want us to come and interview, give us a shout. You know,
And Blues
Facebook.
Vapor Lounge in Buffalo.
All right.
Great guys.
Give us a
Great
shout.
guys.
You know, we're on Facebook, N-House Vapors, and we also are on our email at inhousevapors, VAPRS, @gmail.com. All
And
right.
you guys as the viewers, feel free to comment. Let us know some other shops that you'd like us to interview. And feel free to just let us know what you think about the vaping community.
And guys, don't forget to like us, share us, and hit that nifty little subscribe button. All right.
But anyway, guys, We would like to thank you for being on the show, and we look forward to actually talking to you guys again.
Absolutely.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Thanks, guys.
Have a nice one, guys. What's up, guys? Bobby and Rob again with In-House Vapors, and we'd just like to thank you for watching so far. Stay tuned as we take you back inside Storm Vaping Lounge to further discuss vaping with the guys in the hookah section of the shop. Also, if you guys can think of anybody who might want to do an interview with us, feel free to comment and just let us know your location and the name of the shop so we can further email them.
All right, so right now we just want to take a second to thank all of our subscribers that we have so far. For those of you who haven't subscribed, we'd greatly appreciate it if you do. You know where the button is, go ahead and click it. You can find us on Facebook right here. You can get a hold of us on our email right up there. And you can get a hold of us at Twitter right over there. All right, have a good day, and for everyone out there, just remember, vaping isn't just a fad, it's an obsession.